Hello everyone and welcome back to the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel. This is the channel in which we peruse the internet looking for any and all information that's out there on the British royals. Right now, especially pertaining to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, who are now in the United States. It is June 13th, 2020. And I am located in the United States as well. I happen to be a biracial or multicultural woman, and I'd like to share my browser with you and peruse the internet looking for what have you on these two. Just because it's interesting, crazy, weird, and nobody can understand the mathematics, the science behind these two. And honestly, I'm starting to wonder if we're all crazy or they're crazy. So the full disclaimer of this channel is in the description box below, but it's entertainment, folks. I'm not a reporter. I'm someone that likes to peruse the media, looking at what the heck Meghan is doing and kind of giving commentary about that and some of my thoughts and opinions on it. That's it, folks. And share them with you. And I love to hear your comments as well. So definitely after the video, go ahead and comment. I am reading. And I would love it if you would subscribe. It just all helps. And sharing helps as well to raise in the algorithms. Okay, we're a minute 50 in, so it happens so quick. So let's go right to it. Now, this is today's what's showing up in my browser in the United States. And this one is from the Daily Mail. Meghan Markle mortified over friend Jessica Mulroney's threats. Meghan Markle absolutely mortified by pal Jessica Mulroney's white privilege controversy. Meghan Markle's relationship with royal family showed warning signs just 4 days after wedding. Okay, so we want to stick with these because I could peruse and peruse and peruse, and I love to do that on my own time, but now I'm on the clock with you. So I wanted to make a couple of points. I want to just pick this first one and click on it, and I won't read verbatim of this article because you're able to do that, and I'm sure you've seen something to this effect because it seems like, again, we're being fed and regurgitated the same news in different meanings. You have different words, and it's all really the same. It's becoming something that's kind of always looking favorable to Meghan. It seems like today none of these outlets want to really get raw and give their real opinion, and they're not really being journalists. They're being like repeaters. Can we just call them repeaters? And that might be a catchphrase I'm going to be using. These repeaters. Okay. And so what else are we to do who like to comment or who are agitated or annoyed by this whole Meghan Markle debacle? We then are repeating as well, but we add our own flavor. So Meghan, and this ad is covering this, Meghan is absolutely mortified at being dragged into Jessica Mulroney's mess. And while she believes her friend is not a racist, she was so tone deaf, Meghan can no longer be associated with her. That makes no sense to me in terms of Meghan taking the stance of being someone for equality, and not that Meghan's ever shown that she's not for equality, but to get on a soapbox and say that you're mortified, then why you need to have a outlet, some type of source coming out and saying that? Why not just get a quote directly from you and be on camera? Well, who said that they spoke to Meghan, and who was it that she spoke to? Is this regurgitated, or did she put out a statement for her PR people and then sent them to all the outlets? She's mortified over her best friend, white privilege. She says Jessica Mulroney is tone deaf and heartbreaking actions. Heartbreaking? I'm not sure if it's heartbreaking how really supersonic close they are. Sometimes, and I've said this before in previous videos, that people align themselves, especially in Hollywood, align themselves with people who can do them favors, who can give them a better life, who can help them get access to better things, situations, people, etc., etc., etc. So when we say friends in our world, we really kind of mean friends. Like they're either friends as acquaintances or friends we've known from way back when. Friends from work are not the same as friends from way back when, right? So we have these categories, but usually when you and I say friends, we mean it. But what I find is that in Hollywood, friends, it isn't the same. It isn't the same meaning at all. And so what we're talking about today is this video with a teary-eyed woman who is speaking that she was basically victimized in some way by Jessica Mulroney. In other words, she put herself in a position where she's saying things on the internet, on social media, and Jessica Mulroney wasn't having it. And so Jessica Mulroney decided, well, I'm going to slide into her DM and say, good luck with a libel suit. And it's just escalated from there. And even though Jessica apologized, well, she lost her job. So, as she should. Now, I want to stick with the Meghan part of this because I'm already at 6 minutes. It's amazing how that happens. I want to go over here. And I have a lot of spinning at this time, which is funny because I didn't have any spinning earlier. So that's weird. Okay. So I find that everything when we get something from Meghan's camp, it's mortified or horrified. It's always the fides, mortified and horrified. So that seems like they need to change their verbiage. But Meghan Markle, we go back November 22nd, 2019 with Prince Andrew. Now we talk about Prince Andrew was Meghan Markle was horrified by parts of Prince Andrew's disastrous BBC interview, according to reports on Friday. Now, the Duchess of Sussex was disturbed by the way the 59-year-old Duke denied having sex with Jeffrey Epstein's alleged teenage victim, Virginia Roberts Guthrie. Markle, who works with a charity to support female sexual abuse survivors, felt uncomfortable when Prince Harry said he would remember sleeping with the then 17-year-old because sex for a guy is a positive act, according to the outlet. So I won't go into this, but I want to focus in on how they're always saying, they're getting an answer from Meghan, and Meghan's always one of the fives. She's horrified. She's mortified. She's not petrified yet, but she's mortified or horrified. Now, I like this because she really can't say too much, if you notice, because that is the uncle of her, well, it's her baby's great uncle, excuse me. But it would also be the baby's father if we were to look at this web that Meghan is supposedly weaving. Now, my concerns with this article is that I want to believe it? Well, I tend to believe this article on Blind Gossip talking about a second baby and how this is all very interesting when we think about the tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. She said that she will not get pregnant again until she settles into her new home. That's not true. In fact, she's already pregnant. Now, this was last year, at the end of last year, November. In fact, she's already pregnant. There's something important you need to know, though. Her famous husband is not the father. You see, her husband had an unfortunate accident a few years ago that rendered him infertile. He knew that he wanted to be a father, but he wanted a baby that was part of his bloodline. He had to seek out a sperm donor within his own family. The most logical choice was his brother. However, that presented some quirky issues. Now, it makes me wonder, would this be something that they have had a row about? This would make something kind of unusual in the family. Like, please be my baby's biological dad. Please do it for me, William. Oh, hell no. I'm not going to be the baby uncle and the daddy. Oh, hell no. I have my own family. And Catherine being involved and saying, oh, hell no. But the media has to have been fed a different narrative. Just imagine for a minute if that's what's happening. The chosen family member was handsome, fertile, and had no health issues. Sounds perfect, but who was it, right? The uncle. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, the very same uncle who would later wind up in hot water. So how was the baby conceived? The uncle, don't be foolish. This was all done in a lab. That's another whole article somewhere. Despite the conspiracy theories, there was no surrogate involved. The actress carried and gave birth to the first baby. Furthermore, despite the turmoil that surrounded the uncle, he will be the biological father of the second baby as well. So I want to end it there. I'll leave the links in the description box below because we're at 12 minutes and I want to keep the video short. How do you feel? All right, I will see you in the next video. If you've liked this video, if it made sense, if you get where I'm coming from, let me know. And what do you think about the potential fact that's already been reported and already been out there regurgitating is that Meghan is pregnant now. We wouldn't see her because we can't really see her. I mean, we saw her sitting with the baby that she says is hers, but we didn't see her physical body. So she could very well. But if it's not true and it's just rhetoric, then why isn't Meghan suing this publication just as easily as she put a lawsuit, millions of dollars in damages or whatever she's going to donate if she wins, but it costs money for these attorneys to put a suit in and to represent her. So why wouldn't Meghan simply sue Blind Gossip if that is a lie? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.